in there, it never goes away. So even if it's been 7 years or something like that, it still stays in his record. So he actually was glad that we had these questions. So the other tip is, I have a daughter who's a financial educator. Just kidding. So the other red flag that we wanted to know about that steak dinner was the steak dinner. If you're looking for something, someone said it here with, you reached out to me, I didn't reach out to you, but that steak dinner, that incentive is kind of a weird one, right? And then let me go to the next one, getting ahead. I told you I'm a chatter. I gotta look at my time too. So the next scenario is that Pat is a widower. His wife died a few years ago, and since that time he hasn't dated much, but like this police chief, he went online looking for a connection. He was part of a grief support group on social media. And her name's Myrna. She reached out to him. She replied to one of the comments that he posted in this grief support group. And she said, I like what you said here. I live overseas right now, but I'm coming back eventually to the area. They start talking. They first talk through the messenger on the social media, and then they move to text message. They move to FaceTime. And, things are going great. They have a lot in common. And this goes on for quite a while, months even. And Pat is really starting to rely on her. She says to him, I've been doing pretty well investing in cryptocurrency. I've got an advisor who's been helping me out, and I don't know, if you wanted to come and see me before I move back, or, you could make some money this way, do you want to talk to him? Pat's like, I don't know, I've never thought about investing in crypto, I don't know much about it, so he's not sure. What do you think about that? No. That's a no. It's funny, as soon as I said crypto, you all said no. And I'm really glad, because cryptocurrency is something that I've been doing this financial education stuff for 20 years. I don't know what crypto is completely. I took a class in it, it's very confusing, and scammers know that, and so they want to capitalize on that. But this is a new type of romance scam, or a new type of relationship scam, because sometimes it's not romantic. Sometimes it's just about friendship. They want to be your friend. It's a long con, is what we call it. So it really could be months. And Pat goes to church, he tells his friends, he's met this nice person, and people aren't suspicious because she hasn't done anything yet. It's only after he really starts to trust her and rely on her for connection that this opportunity for investment comes up. So, can you trust someone who you met on social media? Not necessarily. We don't want a blanket statement and say no, because sometimes there is a way to connect with people that way. But let's be careful about it. So after the first scenario and this one, what would you tell Pat? Anyone want to share what they tell Pat? Run. Leave her alone. I tell Pat to look up the name of this crypto investment advisor and see. Because number one, crypto is not a U.S. regulated currency. It's this international, or it has no regulation surrounding it. But look up the name of this investment advisor. Check to see if they're registered.
And I would like to see if you have a criminal background also.
Does he have a criminal background, this investment advisor? And if they're scammers, they're going to be using fake names, they're going to be using fake phone numbers, all of that.
I would advise him to look elsewhere, not to take his personal word, look elsewhere for information on crypto.
Look
I know nothing,
elsewhere.
so I would have to know a lot.
So do your research. Do your research, look into it, see if it's something that seems like something you should invest in. Yes, sir.
He's speaking of somebody who's overseas. Is anything would we be able to check on that?
That's a great question. So Myrna, his friend interest or whoever he met, is living overseas. So can you check on somebody? Good question. So maybe your red flag goes up for someone who's overseas. She might say she's in the military. She might say she's a government contractor. You all live in the shadow of DC, so you know there are a lot of people who are associated with that who are not living in this country. The crypto investment person. So look them up, and if they're not there, yeah, they shouldn't be selling things to you. Now crypto, yes, and crypto is a weird one because it's not regulated by any U.S. government agency. Now, in another couple of days that might change, so I don't want to say anything about that, but I would just say that you should exercise some caution here. Okay, let's do one more scenario, and then I've